Hello, it's Ladonia here from Keep It Crafty with Ladonia, and I thought I would show you some stamping that I've just done a couple of days ago. This is a direct copy of somebody on YouTube, Artful Stamping with Ruth. She did this the other day. She did hers on yellow cardstock, and I've used smoky slates. But it's exactly the same process what she did. Used the white and then stamped on with two different pinks. So I used the Magenta Madness and the Melon Mambo, and I thought it looked really pretty. So I'm going to make this into a card, and hope you like it. I'm going to use basic grey cardstock, and I'm going to make a sort of a 6x6 base. So I'm going to cut first at 6 inches along the length. This is full length of an A4 sheet of cardstock. That is UK size. Then I'm going to go back in and score at 6 inches. And I'm going to make a Z fold card. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it around and then turn it over. Now, if I fold this and burnish it, you'll see that that doesn't match up. It's not a 12-inch length. So if I score this at 2 and I've forgotten now, 7/8, 2 7/8, I'm just going to measure that. Yep, 2 7/8, and then we'll be able to fold that back on itself. And there's the start of our card. So that's that cut. So then I want to cut this. So this is 21 centimeters. So that is the width of an A4 card. I'm going to turn it this way and cut at 5 3/4, because I want to be 1/4 of an inch smaller than the back of the card base. So I'm going to cut that at 5 3/4, and then just trim that off. In fact, I think I'll trim that side off to 5 3/4, and then that gives me more of that up there. So that will go in the back there, whichever way. I think I might have it that way, like that. And then this should, in theory, be the right width. Yes, that's the right width for that. So we just need to cut the length down to 5 3/4. And we'll cut the bottom off because that's the empty part. And then I think we're done with the scoreboard. No, we need a piece of white. So as then we can have, we'll have this, the 5 3/4 inch square on the back. We'll have this piece on the front, and then we want a sentiment piece in there, not for a writing space. So I'm going to cut this to 5 3/4 length as well, and then to the same width as this, which was 2 9/16. I'll spin that around because that corner is a little bit squishy. So 2 9/16. I've just took this piece out of my scrap, so that will sit there. So I think that is all the cutting done, so I can put my scoreboard out of the way. And then we'll move on to the sticking. Now I'm out of glue, so I'm onto my, I've rummaged in the bottom of my drawer and found a double-sided tape. So I'm hoping that it's still plenty strong enough. It feels sticky enough, but let's hope it is. So I'm just going to go around all 4 sides on all of those pieces, and then we can add that on. I feel a little bit cack-handed today. My son has had me doing push-ups this week. I started 4 or 5 days ago and I could do 1. I can now do 4. So there is improvement, but my arms are suffering for it, I will admit. It's not my ideal form of fun, but he seems to think it's funny. But while I'm doing my few, he's managing to do more, so that's good. He's aiming for 20 tomorrow. I'm aiming for 5. I don't know whether I'll make it, but it's fun trying. Bit of time with the kids, something that we don't normally do. So especially tonight, it's been quite grotty out there tonight, so we haven't had a walk. So a bit of a laugh while trying to watch Mum do press ups was a bit of entertainment for them. Because I don't know about anybody else with children, mine are starting to get bored, especially my youngest. He's 16 and yes, he's definitely starting to get a bit bored now. But we've got a few weeks to go yet, haven't we? Right, so I'm just gonna press this down because this, like I say, this is old tape, so I want to make sure I'll give it the best chance I can to stay put. But all being well, I should have some glue arriving tomorrow. A very lovely friend of mine has put some on order to have sent straight to me, which is very sweet. So I'm going to have to thank her properly when I get chance. Okay, so let's decide on the orientation. I think I'll have that one. I think I'll have that one that way. And this one. Right, now when I was stamping, I don't know if you can see, I got a little bit of ink on there. So what I'm going to turn that round, because I'm going to put a sentiment over the top of that, so that will cover that up. So I think that is the way we will have them stuck down. So let's see if I can do this without getting it muddled up. Which wouldn't surprise me, I'm quite good at getting things muddled up. Right, it was that way. There we go. I do like doing stamping onto one sheet of paper with, well, lots of different things. It doesn't have to be just flowers. But Artful Stamping with Ruth is the lady to watch. She does so many and she's so talented that if you're interested in just sitting and stamping sheets and then making them into things, definitely check out her channel. She's really, really inspiring. Right, I'm going to just fold that over, so then hopefully I can line the edges up and they won't look wonky. This is why I prefer wet glue, because you just have that moment of wiggle room that you don't necessarily get with tape. Well, that's not too bad. Right, then we'll stick this one in. I don't think I'm going to put a sentiment on this piece. I'm just going to use this as a writing space. So I think I'm going to leave this one blank. So that's that one in. And then now my die cutting machine is very cheap. very nasty and half broken. So I've gone ahead and die cut these. I used Your Friendship is a Blessing. I used from the So Sentimental stamp set. And then I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies for the shapes. So I've got the 2 largest of these shapes here. And then I'll just layer them up and pop them as though they're in the middle of the card. So it will go like that, but just stick on to the flap. I'm just going to pop some tape on. Where did my tape go? There it is. I'm not going to put my tape on the other one just yet because I want to mark that to make sure I get it all in the right place. But if we get this lined up first, it stands a better chance of being straight. There we go. Just give it a good press down. So this is the side we need to stick. So I'm going to flip it over, work out where I want it, and then mark with my pencil. I don't want to be putting glue beyond my pencil line. Tape, sorry. I'm not used to using tape. But I'm going to, I think, cover all of this piece just to give it a bit of extra stick, seeing as it's going to have a float inside. There we go. Oh, see, now it's tricky because they're so close together. See if I've pulled that one up. Oh, I'm pulling them all up. That's not very good. See if I can do the last one properly. Oh, I've got the last one correct. So, and then I'm just going to pop that just there. And then that also covers up that mistake that I made where I got a little tiny bit of pink ink on the edge of the card. So there we go. And I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't burnish my card. So give it a good press down and then it should stand lovely and flat. So then it will stand like that. And I'm pretty sure this is called a Z fold card. And then I'm just going to, I've pre-made a bow, because with still being quite new to videoing, I did not want to do a bow on camera. So I'm going to pop that just there with a glue dot. I'm just going to pick it up off the roll. There we go. And see if I can get it semi in the middle. There we go. And then the last thing I want to add is just a couple of the gems. So we'll have one there, and then a couple of the smaller ones. Maybe one there. And one just there. And there is my card. I hope you like it, and do check out Artful Stamping with Ruth if you're interested in stamping a full sheet, because she is very, very good. I hope you like my card. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.